All right, so we do bring in Jerry Byrne now. Coach, thanks for coming on. I want to ask, first day, what was that like of fall ball this year at Harvard for you?
The first day we were on the field,
Yeah.
it was tremendous. The guys were super excited, and even though we were only on the field for an hour, myself and our assistants did a great job of putting together a pretty energetic and active and high rep practice. So, you're standing in the middle of Harvard Stadium, which is a pretty historic place. You feel like you're in the middle of the Roman Colosseum, and it was early in the morning, and the hope and the energy and the passion and the competitiveness of our team really kind of shone through.
Did you have any goosebumps, butterflies, things like that?
No, whenever you prepare, I think that helps eliminate all your nervousness. And Neil Hutchinson and Will Corrigan and Ted Bergman and Al Littell, our staff, and then we had Steve Looney out there as well. I think, we had a nice practice plan. We had met earlier that morning, and I really wasn't nervous because I had those guys alongside me, and the energy and the kind of just happiness of our guys kind of buoys you in those moments. And I had played that moment in my head so many times before the actual moment that I felt prepared and very serene.
As a good coach would, always prepared. I love that answer. As you've gotten to know this group over the last few weeks, since you got on campus, what sort of vibe, the attitude that you've gotten from this group of guys?
Just a hopefulness. They had been without a coach for about 10 weeks before we showed up. And so, on one hand, that could be kind of scary in the development of any culture. But the fact that they had to rely on each other and organize each other, manage each other, police each other, lead each other for 2.5 months, as a kind of an unforeseen byproduct is the fact that they came back in really good shape and really hungry and, prepared to work out and to move and to do the things that really good teams do. And so they weren't behind culturally, and they weren't behind athletically or aerobically. So we were able to, start going early in September with a really good foundation athletically, but also their requirement that they had to lead each other. They put together 4 or 5 person groups based on class years and geography of where guys were coming from. So, we felt pretty fortunate that they were ready to start and hit the ground running early in September.
Yeah, and now this time of year obviously is so great for development and, like you said, setting the tone, and without any games per se, not until the spring. I know you have the scrimmages and things like that. What are the goals that you set out for this team during this time of year?
But this time of year, you work backwards from the amount of time that you have. We were in a period where we were allowed 2 hours a week for about 5 weeks. So we had 10 hours to work with on the field, and we did 10 1-hour practices. We're doing all the lifting and conditioning on top of that. So, part of expectations is, working backwards from the amount of time that you have. So we work most exclusively on defense and putting in one offense, riding and clearing, and developing almost Socratically the language that we're going to be using. We didn't hand out pieces of paper with a glossary and saying this term means this and that term means that. We just got out there and started doing it and figuring out which guys on your team can really learn quickly and execute well, using some new language and some new drills and some new expectations. So as far as an expectation standpoint, you really have to work backwards from the amount of time that you have. Now we're in a time period where we can have a couple of 2-hour practices a week, and we just scrimmaged the Israeli national team, a few weeks ago, and now we're preparing to play Vermont and Manhattan this coming weekend. So as far as expectations, not trying to do too much, trying to establish a competitive mindset as well as a peer-to-peer development mindset because the Ivy League rules and the amount of time that we can have with each other. You're really, the cultural development is really finding out which guys pick up things quickly, and then hoping that they work with the rest of the team when we're not around to help expedite and exponentially drive our development before the end of October, which is when our practices will be ending.
Do you have any fun stuff off the field or even on the field?
It's always fun when you're on the field with your guys. We've had meals together. The residential life at Harvard is really unique. If you're in Boston, so you know that the upperclassmen houses are right on the Charles River. So we've done some meals together. We've done some small group meals together, some individual meetings together. This coming Saturday, we're going to do some team building stuff. We're going to do some paintball up near Burlington. So before we start working on our shots on Sunday, we'll be working on paintball and aiming at each other, which should be fun. So that'll be our first real kind of off-campus team building event, paintball in Burlington.
Are you going to get in there?
You know what? I think the guys might use a lot of their bullets on me, their paint bullets on me. So I may stay off to the side and just kind of observe. But we'll probably get out there and mix it up with the guys. I think you need to show that you take what you do seriously and don't take yourself that seriously, and that'll be a good opportunity to do that.
Absolutely, for sure. Coach Byrne, thank you so much for coming on, and good luck through the rest of this fall ball season.
Thank you so much, guys. Have a great day.